morning and welcome to the chat on Newsday Amarillo and News Channel 10-2. I'm David Lovejoy.
Hello, everybody. I'm Rhonda Lonnert.
And I ain't mean. I got the scheme. I'm Chuckalicious, Chuck Williams.
And joining us is our good friend, Mr. Tremaine Brown from The Vessel, and also from Chile's Barbecue and Soul Food. Each year, it's not even a seasonal thing for this guy. All year, he provides a lot of needed services to people, to kids, to whoever he can, and that's what he just does. He's right now in the middle of his drive to get warm clothes on kids for the holidays, and some toys for those that are in care, foster care, and in hospital care, and those sort of things. Tremaine joins us today. Tremaine, I had someone ask me this question the other day, and I wanted to bring it to you. They want to get involved. They want to help. They hear about your story. They want to find a way to help out. They just may not have the time or the undertaking to take it on in a mass way like you do. I mean, you really you turn over your whole world for these periods, like your home. You can barely move around your home. You have so much in it. You take away from your business because you're ripping and running. You have to go pick this up. You have to go do this. How can someone jump in? How can somebody do something to help? Where can they start at? Because you started somewhere. You started simply.
Well, if they have the means, the best way to go about it is to visit my foundation website at www.beblessedbythevessel.org and hit the Support Us button. If you want to make it, you can make a monetary donation that way. If you're not computer savvy, don't have that kind of connectivity, you can always make monetary donations down at Chile's Barbecue and Soul Food. Me and my mother are there every day, just about. And if you don't get it in time for this particular undertaking, then just know that there's a series of events coming up, starting all over again next year, starting with the spring break lunches in March, and Easter festivities, summer festivities, summer lunches, and it goes on and on, winter to fall, trunk or treats and coat drives and so on and so forth. Yeah, it's a huge undertaking, and that's where most of the contributions come from. People whose hearts are in the right place. They just don't have the time to put things together. So that's where I come in. I'm the hands and the feet of the operation. So if you want to make a monetary donation, we'd love that, and it would be greatly appreciated for sure.
Well, I have basically two questions for you. Number one is, you're in the middle of it. Are there any things that you are still needing for this particular drive? And then second question would be, once you get this all, taken care of and it's the new year, do you already go ahead and get into that, starting planning on the spring lunches? Is that something that you would want to go ahead and ask for help for?
Well, as to your first question, there are a few items still left. I don't get clothing for a wide spread of people, but I do get things like socks and undergarments for organizations like CASA and Arrow Children and Family Services. I tell everybody, signs on and requests for me clothing. I have a hard enough time getting the right stuff for my daughter unless she's standing right there. So clothing, pants and shirts and things of that nature are really out of the question. But I got a request for a lot of socks and undergarments and things of that nature. So we'll still be gathering some of those things up, because most of the donations that you'll see here, because I got tons of toys.
Good
and
God, man!
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Look at that.
But uh, when you think about a toy drive, most people are going to donate toys. So there's a few odds and ends to close up. And as to your second question, the mission goes on. Everything is tradition. I don't really have to think about it. Yeah, I think about a month, and then I have a little reminder laying back there asleep right now that hey, spring break is coming up. You know, so yeah, at the beginning of the year, I'm a one man show, so uh, a lot of behind the scene things will happen in January. I actually don't sleep the whole January away, but I send out thank you letters to hundreds and hundreds of donors and corporate sponsors and things of that nature. And then I also sent out hundreds of letters letting them know a calendar of events, because a lot of my events are, like I said, set in stone. So the dates are already predetermined on a lot of those things. A lot of Saturdays at the end of months, like the trunk or treat is always the last Saturday in October. The water bash is always the last Saturday in July. So I have those dates. Spring break is already set by AISD and River Road ISD and all the ISDs for that matter. So I can be proactive about planning those things. It's more so just getting hitting the pavement and getting sponsors and getting donors to donate money, and you know that the logistics of it all.
Right.
So folks like Tender Crust Bakery and affiliated H&R Foods, they all know that it's coming, and I think they have my phone number programmed in there. So if I call, they're like, "Oh, it's Mr. Brown, and it's spring break time. Is there anything that we can donate to him?" So they all have my numbers and all have me in mind, and there's powers that be working in my favor. So that all kind of it's a well-oiled machine at this point. After you're doing things for close to a decade,
Yeah.
then they kind of just fall in place.
I was wondering, are you in need specifically for volunteers to help you deliver some of this stuff?
Well, the thing about that is it's so spare the moment. I'm probably one of the only people that has a work schedule that works out.
Right.
I usually work a week at the restaurant, and then I have a week kind of open to do the foundation work. And with the daylight savings time, somebody willing help that gets off at 5, they can help for all of 30, 45 minutes before they're in the dark.
Right.
So that becomes a problem. So, I'm up early. My internal clock doesn't shut off just because it's winter break. I'm still up at 5:30, and I've been sacking up toys. So at that point, I'll start messaging folks and see where they're at. Sometimes I have to drop toys off at office buildings where people are working. Sometimes I can catch somebody at home